they're not in their graves.
Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? It's me, Ryan.T here, and welcome to another edition of Saturday Night Theater. I'm the main man, and I'm here with the co-host with the most, Mr.
Syd Retro 727 in the building, guys. We back with another review and some news for you guys, man. So stay tuned. We got some shit lined up for you.
Hell yeah, man. Before we get into all that, man, before we talk about the movies we have lined up for today's episode, or tonight's episode rather, what the hell have you been up to, man? What did you do this weekend, man?
Man, I watched those movies, watched the movies that we're gonna review, watched both of those, did some laundry, and then I checked out Woodstock 99, man. That shit was crazy too. But doing some nothing much, packing up for my trip and stuff, man. What about you?
Dude, speaking of Woodstock 99, dude, I saw that documentary too, man, and it's fucking nuts, bro. It's fucking nuts, man. It's one of those things that seems like fucking hellacious, bro. And like, how old were you whenever that Woodstock 99 was happening?
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm old, so I was I think I was like
It is not old.
18, you know what I'm saying? So that shit, I remember that shit being a big deal on MTV because it was broadcasted on MTV, and they had all the hottest acts, bro. Like Limp Bizkit, they had just came out, so they was on fire. You know what I mean? DMX had just came out. So
You said
that's
you were
some
17?
yeah, 17 or 18, like around that time. My birthday's in May, so yeah, I was like 17 or 18. Mm.
Well, that's wild, man. Yeah. Like it's kind of funny you bring up like Limp Bizkit and all those bands, and like the documentary makes like a really full like not like a full, but it makes a really like hard like look at those kind of bands and that kind of culture, right? Like yeah, they keep saying they were like, yeah, it was like the fucking concert of like men, fucking angsty men and shit. Like they were like angry white dudes, and like they show like the crowd and it's like pure angry white dudes, right?
Bunch of bros that were up there, man. There was definitely a bunch of bros, bunch of college kids and shit like that. And I bet it's called new metal, like new metal.
Mhm.
At time was like most of those acts were like new metal acts and shit. Corn, Limp Bizkit, those would be considered new metal. So yeah, it was dope at that time. It definitely was a huge big deal, man. But I was watching it. It is on YouTube, the full concert if you guys want to watch it, man.
Oh
And
shit.
it is a dope concert, man. I was drinking some beers, knocking some back. Me and my
Hell
brother were,
yeah.
and bro, the energy was so crazy. It's so crazy, bro.
I think it's just interesting that they had this idea for a lineup of like we're gonna have Limp Bizkit, fucking Rob Zombie, we're gonna have fucking Corn, we're gonna have fucking like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then we're gonna have Sheryl Crow, and then we're gonna have Moby, and then we're gonna have James Brown.
Yeah. Jamiroquai even showed up.
Yeah.
The fuck, Bush showed up.
Yeah,
It
none
was
of
a whole,
that shit really like, you know what I mean? Like I get why the crowd started to get all fucking pissed off and like mad and
yeah,
shit because nothing fucking added up. Everything was all fucking weird. You'd get amped up with Metallica, then here comes fucking Sheryl Crow.
yeah. They didn't do a good job on like having the music lined up properly. Like the event lineup, like the artists that were there, that lineup was dope as fuck. But the way that they had them like on the sets and everything like that, like how you gonna have I think it was like Limp Bizkit went and shut that shit down, and then they had like Bush perform after that. Like that was like whoa, like that was so disrespectful, man. That was, you know, got that band hurt, bro.
And then everybody was getting raped left and right in that fucking festival.
Yeah, man, that shit was definitely on some sexual assault vibes over there. You know, they were in New York. They have the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and back in the days, that shit used to be on some sexual assault shit. And that's what it reminded me of. I was like, damn, that's that Puerto Rican Day parade shit. That's that New York
Jesus Christ.
be grabbing girls by the ass and all that stuff, man.
That's assault, brother.
Or right, they were
Not
showing in the documentary that chicks were like completely like naked and shit, like walking around and whatnot. And then like right, I think they even have one scene where some guy's like, "Hey man, get away from her, bro! Like you're starting to get creepy, man." Right?
yeah, it was a whole lot of nakedness over here. And then even Flea was butt ass naked, man.
Yeah, his penis was showing.
Bro, he was butt ass naked on stage. That shit was crazy. Full frontal, flopping around, jumping around. Flea was wild, bro. I was like, this concert, man, I wish I was there, man. At least for one of the shows. Not for the whole 3 days, because those people roughed it out and stuck it out, had doo-doo mouth and
A doo-doo mouth. They literally had shit in their fucking mouth, dude. Like at one point, right, they were like rolling around in what they thought was mud, but it was really fucking butt mud. It was fucking shit and fucking piss and fucking dirt and rainwater and fucking urine and everything.
yeah, I know, man. That shit was crazy. I was like, ew. Man, some people they were smart. They had tents, they were cooking, they were doing all kinds. I was like, yeah, this is, yeah. I would have came with like a backpack, and then I would have had to leave the next day because I
Yeah.
ain't roughing that shit out like that, man. Have you ever been to a festival?
I have been to several like big concerts, like I guess you would consider festivals.
Yeah.
I had one that would come to Corpus Christi, Texas, all the time. That was the Taste of Chaos festival, and it was like a lot of bands like that, but it was like a bunch of like post-hardcore, alternative, like emo bands. They had Avenged Sevenfold, Bullet for My Valentine, Chiodos, Aiden, 30 Seconds to Mars, like bands like that. The Used, Senses Fail, it's the people like that.
Okay, they got the crazy lineup. Taste of Chaos. All right,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
the.
man. And then I went to go see another one in Corpus Christi called the No Fear Festival that had Lamb of God, Killswitch Engage, Municipal Waste. It had some Tokyo band, and it was like it was badass, man. And then I saw Marilyn Manson at some crazy festival too in Houston. That one was cool. With Muse, Marilyn Manson, My Chemical Romance.
Damn, that sounds like a dope ass
Yeah,
lineup.
dude. People were showing titties and everything.
Yeah, I want to see Marilyn Manson in concert. Sounds like a dope time.
I saw Marilyn Manson during his Eat Love Pray tour, and that was like in 2009. And he did this thing where he had like a big grandfather Bible and he like caught it on fire and threw it in the fucking air and it spelled like Marilyn Manson, like it was like a laser show and it spelled
Mm,
like Marilyn Manson, so it made it look like the pages spelled it. It was fucking cool as fuck, dude.
yeah,
Really
yeah,
fucking dope, dude.
that does sound pretty cool though.
And
Shit,
then he
man.
has that song, The Dope Show. And
Yeah, yeah.
he was like singing like on the microphone. He had a big microphone like this, and some fake pills were falling out of like the sky, like candy, like was falling out of like the sky. It was fucking dope, dude. It was fucking cool. In the background, he had clouds and big pills, like big like red and blue pills. It was fucking dope, dude. It was a hell of a concert to see Marilyn Manson.
Yeah,
And
that
then
sounds like dope
and he
visuals.
came out with his at the end, he came out with his red hair and like the fake tits, like the old school Marilyn Manson. Yeah, he came out like that.
Yeah, I remember those back in the days when he was like offensive and he was like banned. They were trying to get his videos banned on MTV.
Dude, so we just wanted to let y'all know, ghouls and gals, Ryan Chicho is gonna be at Woodstock 2024. Dude, that would
We'll
be
be,
insane, dude. If they
we'll
had something like where we could just be like, hey, we're gonna go and we're gonna fucking record over here. That would be fucking dope as fuck.
Yeah, man. We gotta check out some festivals. We gotta check out some festivals and do at least one day. Check
Yeah,
it out.
dude, do the news for a whole segment and shit like that and talk to people and whatnot. That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, that'd be
Speaking
super.
of speaking of doing the news and talking to people, dude, over the weekend, I did watch this one thing. It was called The Surreal Life. I had seen a couple of episodes of it before, and basically the surreal life is they get has been celebrities to come out like together to live in a house like Big Brother style, and it's just fucking amazing. Have you seen this before?
I think didn't they do it back in the day? What was the one with like Flavor Flav and
Yeah,
then
Bridget
Bridget
Nielsen.
and all of them and shit like that?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah. Yeah, that's the one I was watching.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new new episodes, but how was it though? Is it pretty funny?
There's no new episodes. So I was
An all-new surreal life.
I started to get sweaty. I was nauseous.
The group is forced to face their
yeah, I was watching the old ones. And but yeah, man, they were just so fucking interesting, man. They had one season where they had MC Hammer, Corey Feldman, and fucking who were the other people on the fucking show? Emmanuel Lewis. What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
It was just amazing, man. It was just so fucking amazing, man. And then they had the one with China from the WWE and Vern Troyer, and they were just both like fucking super messes. They were like getting all drunk, and Mini Me was peeing all over the floor and shit at one point. He pulled his
Man,
little midget penis out and started peeing all over the floor.
man, that's good old reality TV. Classic reality.
Dude, it felt so good to watch that, man.
Damn. Yeah, those early shows are really wild to watch now. You know, Flavor of Love, Surreal Life, Real World, you know, all of these shows they're a hot Jersey Shore, you know what I mean? I haven't seen that in forever, but I remember everybody was on Jersey Shore. I was like, oh God.
What's your favorite like trash reality TV show, whether it's like a new one or like back in the day one?
Uh, it was probably the Real World because that was like one of the first ones. They used to play it on MTV a lot. And that shit was pretty fun.
Which Real World? They have like Real World, like Louisiana, Real World, like they have different ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know, like, I think it was like season like 4 or something. I can't really remember though. But I just remember like Real World. I always used to be watching that shit back on the MT when they used to play the reruns and shit all the time on MTV over and over again. I was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool because that was like one of the first reality shows is Real World.
Man, I
I think
think
that
one of my favorite that what, man?
I think the Real World is like the first reality show.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. But I think
Yeah,
one of my favorite ones is probably Flavor of Love. Flavor of Love or like Rock of Love, like one of those. Flavor of Love
I
most
love
definitely. The which one? I Love New York. Yeah, I Love
yeah.
New York was a crazy one.
Yeah, I like that one because that was like the spin-off from like Flavor Flav, Flavor of Love and shit. That one, man. Those shows are I can't believe they were fighting over Flavor Flav.
Yeah, this fucking Daffy Duck looking motherfucker. He looks like a fucking crazy, like pervy old man. And they're like, he's like, Flavor Flav. Imagine having to have sex with that person, and then before he like have fucking like climaxes, he's like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, man. Flavor Flav is a real character, bro. A real character. I
I
met him
like.
one in the street too. He was just chilling. He was like on his way to a
Wait,
party.
you met Flavor Flav?
Yeah, but this is like 90 like 5 or something. Like he wasn't on a reality show. Like he wasn't doing good. He was kicked out of the group, a Public Enemy. They wasn't fucking with him no more. So he was just like in the Bronx, just like hanging out, like trying to do whatever the fuck he was doing. I don't know.
Sid, you can't just casually drop that bomb like that and be like, yeah, I saw Flavor Flav on a bench one time. Like, what?
Yeah, bro. He was just hanging out in the Bronx, fucking slumming it up, just hanging out, fucking doing what he does. I was like, oh shit. My dad introduced me to him. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, that's what I was like, oh yeah, Public Enemy. I remember Public Enemy.
What
Because
did
this
he
was like
say? Was he like, get up, get down?
he was nah, he had like a jacket on. He was about to go to the liquor store or some shit. He looked like he was fucked up. Yeah, it was crazy.
What the fuck, Sid? And he didn't tell you. He was like, yeah, boy.
Nah, he was just like, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Your father, you know, say, I know your father. Your father's a nice guy or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. I was
He's
like,
a
that's
really good guy, Sid. Did they say it like that?
pretty much. He said, so yeah, something similar to that effect. Okay. Uh, I was like, all right, man. Like, man, he don't look like he wasn't doing too well. He didn't look
That's
real.
my Flavor Flav impression. Yeah, boy. He's a really good guy, Sid.
Hell yeah, Flavor Flav fighting over Flavor.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Brett, what is it? The Rock of Love? That shit was trash. That shit's crazy too. He's the only white guy that like wears a bandana like every day, not part of any gang, and he like refused to take that shit off.
Not part of any gang.
He refused to take that shit off too, right? He bald? Is he bald underneath
No,
that?
he has hair.
Does why
He
he
has
keep doing
hair.
like he's like catfishing bitches and some shit. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be me in like 10 years. I'm gonna be rocking the bandana just to the front. And I was not gonna have the rest of the hair coming out of the back.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
gonna be
like, but like rock stars, they love wearing bandanas. And what's
and
it called?
affliction shirts.
Affliction shirts. Oh my Ed still, you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
shit crazy.
I like that Bret Hart. I was gonna say Bret the Hitman Hart. I don't know why I was gonna say that. I mean Bret Michaels. I don't know why I like this, but Bret Michaels, he has like this super southern thing going on, and like he goes into the room and he sees like the girls like fucking beat the shit out of each other, like basically like fighting over his dick, and he like walks into the room and he's like, "What's going on?"
When I saw this girl, I just thought completely hot, nasty rock and roll sex. I thought, what's going on?
Jesus, Bret Michaels? What is this? Some type of wrestling skit or something?
Yeah, he like walks in and he's like, "I'm gonna drink a beer. I'm gonna drink another beer. Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah." That's because the Stone Cold said so. That's the bottom line.
What's going on?
Yeah, I fuck with Stone Cold.
But yeah, man,
316.
the Rock of Love's one of my favorites. Flavor Flav, Flavor of Love's one of my favorites. They had that girl that took a shit on his floor, which was awesome. That was amazing. And then they had New York, who got spit in her face by Pumpkin. That was one of the most like fucking like legendary fucking things of all time, where she was like,
Actually, I can suck the shit out of you because do it! Slap me, bitch! What? You fucking whore!
Damn. Yo, what was the other one? There's damn. I just forgot about it. There was some more. Bad Girls, the Bad Girls Club.
the Bad Girls Club was awesome as well.
Yeah,
Right now I watch Love After Lockup and 90 Day Fiance because of my girlfriend. She likes to watch that shit. So that means that I have to watch that shit. That means that I'm a fan now too. But I also am a fan of that shit too, because it's like super like some of the most craziest gossipy fucking like hot drama shit that I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Like these people like are marrying fucking prisoners, marrying foreigners from fucking countries like from India and Egypt, Japan and shit like that. They watch the anime one time. They think they can fuck Naruto in real life. They want to eat some of that kimchi out of their ball sack and shit like that. They want to slurp the noodle all crazy and get married to each other and shit like that. They want to take the body pillow into the real life pillow. It's a whole thing, Sid.
My name is Ella. I am 29 years old and I live in Idaho Falls, Idaho. I love Asians.
I love everything about them.
But I love 90 Day Fiance, man. That's one of like my guilty pleasures, bro. I love it. I love it too when it's like a guy that like won't leave, like he still lives with his family at home. You know what I mean?
It's always a guy that lives with his family at home.
Yeah, I love those episodes because usually the women don't go for that shit. They're like, "What? You're a mama's boy and we're living with your parents and we're sharing a room and shit." Like that shit makes great TV, man. I love it.
That's called dating a Mexican, Sid.
Oh yeah, that's just called dating. Won't leave home. Yeah, I mean,
yes, you want to get with me or what, Aina? Then you gotta live with me and my mom, right? I'm gonna sleep in my bedroom, okay? I'll get a queen bed right now. I got a twin. I'll move in my queen, all right, son? All right. All right, fool.
queen for my queen.
Yeah. Get a queen size for my queen, I treat you right, girl. I told you. Like, make that feria, you know me. But yeah, man. Yeah, man, reality shows are fucking wild, dude. Speaking of things that are fucking wild, bro.
Mm.
I heard that you watched a couple of movies, as did I, man. And apparently they're now a series, and those are the movies that we're going to be talking about tonight, ghouls and gals. We're going to be talking about Orphan and Orphan First Kill. That's right, ghouls and gals. All right. I think that what?
Orphan First Blood.
Yeah, Orphan First Blood. You didn't call me a baby killer.
For real. I'm gonna fuck your husband now.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck your husband. I'm gonna fuck your husband.
My bad.
That would be amazing if her voice was like Rambo and she was like, "What's your name?" Hey, no, my name's Esther. Yeah.
Yeah, I can draw and paint. What about you?
My name's Esther, the molester. I mean, what? Oh, hey, whoa, watch out. Pause.
I'm just a little girl here.
Yeah. Hey, yo, don't. I'm just a little girl over here. You know, chill out and stuff. Hey, whoa.
Exactly, bro. Oh man, yeah, the Orphan though, man. Yeah, I watched Orphan 1. The first one.
So you think we should talk about the first one first and then the first kill, or do you want to do first kill and then Orphan?
Damn. That's a good. I don't know. It's up to you, man. However you want to do it. What do you think? What do you think? I saw both.
I mean, I guess technically, right? Orphan First Kill is the first movie.
I mean, technically, yeah. The prequel, yeah. All right, you want to talk about First Kill first? Dun,
All
dun,
right,
dun.
yeah, let's go. Let's talk about Orphan First Kill.
That's the story of. That's the glory of love.
Before we get into this movie, ghouls and gals, the Orphan First Kill is a prequel film to the original film Orphan. So this technically takes place first in the timeline of the film. This takes place a few months before sexy ass what's her name? Vera Farmiga and this like fucking weird bozo take Esther into their custody. And yeah, it's this movie, man, Orphan First Kill. Let's talk about the elephant in the room like right away, man. This bitch looks old.
Oh yeah, man. She definitely looks old. I mean, they went into this movie and gave it the green light, knowing that that was gonna be an issue, and they didn't really give a shit. So I guess they were like, "Hey, you guys got to go into it. You got to suspend the belief, and we'll try to, try to make it accommodating." Man, what did you think about it? I mean, it was a little distracting. I mean, it definitely is the elephant in the room. I can see why a lot of people were like, "I'm just gonna turn this off."
This movie did like a very terrible job of like trying to hide the fact that Elizabeth Furman, who plays Esther, who also plays Esther in the original Orphan film, which was in 2009, and we're in now 2022, which is more than 10 years, like 12 years. So Elizabeth Furman is like let's just say she's close to 30 years old, and she looks like a 30-year-old woman. And they don't do really a good job of hiding that at all. They try to show her from like really far away or like really super close up, or they try to use like a little kid whenever it's like her back, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it definitely you can see like the trickery that they tried to do with this, the angles, like you were saying, the shots far away, they would do the shots far away and it'd be, a little girl's body, but then when they do the close-up shot, you can see, her full shoulders on it like a regular person, it was distracting. They had her, looking up a lot because she's, young, supposed to be a kid and everything. So visually they were trying to get it. They didn't it didn't work for me though. I mean
They're doing that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like just creeping around, man. This shit was it worked, but it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, I see they're trying, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do, you know? You know, I was just like, yeah, yeah, this doesn't look right at all. But at least they tried to do it, you know what I mean? They should have CGI'd it.
I think for me, my opinion, this didn't work at all. Like the whole try to like mask her to make her look like a little kid didn't work at all,
Mhm.
especially not in comparison to the first film, which we'll get into in a little bit. But watching both those films back to back is like
Oh,
super fucking jarring, right? Right? Isn't that like you're like, whoa, hey, I can tell like almost fucking 20 years have fucking passed in between fucking movies.
yeah, it definitely, like I said, you just gotta go into it and just be like, okay, what? They got the same person that played her from 10 years ago, and they're making it play. Like you just gotta go with it. If you're not ready to accept the fact, you're not gonna enjoy this movie because you're gonna be like, it's a 30, she's 25, whatever. You're just gonna be, saying like if you can't get over that, then don't watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't work.
And speaking of the other character, speaking of that, what do you think about Esther in the movie? Like, what do you think about the character? Is she good in this movie? As good as the first movie? Do you think this one lives up?
Definitely wasn't. I was hoping for a little bit more of a backstory. I was hoping for more of a little bit to really get to know Esther and have a little bit of a more character development with her. In this one, since it was a prequel, but they kind of like rushed it a little bit and kind of just did the whole thing where, she's 31 and da 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 and she's what I mean? Like I thought she was gonna be burning down the whole mental hospital. I thought
And
she was
also,
gonna
one thing I didn't like is that they gave away the thing of her being a little kid or like an adult, like that looks like a little kid. Like, what if I hadn't watched the first movie and I'm like, oh, I'm just watching, you know what I mean? Like they give away the big twist like right fucking away.
Yeah, they just go into it like assuming that like, oh, she's a kid and shit. They give that shit away. There's no mystery. You just see her right away. Like, it's like it's kind of like they just put like it's too much of the main villain. Like there's no mystery to it, and she has a lot of screen time. So it's like I'm tired of her already. You know what I mean? It's like fuck.
Yeah,
It's kind want to see other like I kind of want to see the movie from like the other like the brother or the sister or the mother's view as
yeah.
opposed to because we already what I'm saying it's like seeing Michael like if it was just Michael Myers view the whole movie like we see Michael Myers I don't want to see Michael Myers the whole fucking movie like you're gonna be in the shadows you're gonna come out kill people shit like that but yeah man I liked it though uh some aspects of her character
Yeah,
uh
man. I think Orphan First Kill was really campy and stupid and fun. Like it was like a really dumb, fun like slasher movie.
mhm.
Whenever it let itself be like a dumb slasher movie, sometimes it try to get a little too serious for its own good. And I was like, stop doing that.
Yeah, what
But,
did you think? The little plot twist in here on this that kind of just made what I'm saying. It kind of even made I was like,
Um, speaking of the plot twist in this film, Julia Stiles also comes out in this film.
mhm,
Julia Stiles plays the mother of this film. Esther in this film. She plays this. Of course, the cat's out of the bag in this movie. They don't even try to hide it. She plays a older woman that's like 31, 32 years old that has like
mhm,
this rare genetic dwarfism disorder. So she looks like a young lady when she's actually older and she's like the craziest inmate in this Russian like fucking gulag or some shit like that. And they're like, yeah, she's very crazy. Which
mhm.
is also weird. I don't know. We have like a Russian theme going on in our podcast now for some reason.
Yeah, man, comes back.
Vladimir Putin, hit us up, sponsor us.
Man, yeah, this man, I wish they would have spent a little more time in the mental hospital. But the plot twist though, sorry, we're talking about the plot twist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I was trying to lead up to that. But yeah, so Esther, she escapes from the Russian gulag or whatever, she goes to America and assumes the identity of this girl that went missing or whatever, and she gets picked up by her family, which the mother is Julia Stiles, and she has a brother named Gunner, and she also has a father who is like the stupidest fucking dude of all time, who like doesn't like pay attention to anything. He's a big fucking buffoon. He's a fucking moron. He's like oblivious to everything going on, and
Yeah.
well, we come to find out that Esther isn't the only killer in the house.
Plot twist.
Let him know, Sid.
So yeah, man. The what's her name? Julia Stiles is the fucking is a killer who fucking murdered her. Well, no, her son murdered her fucking daughter, and then she just covered it up. And yeah, man, damn. So then I love that's one of the things that I did like about this movie, as I did like the fact that Julia Stiles was like, "You're my bitch now." Like I don't give like,
Yeah,
oh,
that was cool.
you like this? Oh, you're this 31-year-old bitch. Like, oh, okay, it's going down now. Like, I'm not fucking playing with you no more. You know what I mean? And that whole dynamic, and she'd be like, "Daddy, I want to go with you." You know what I mean? And if that shit didn't work, sorry, honey. I guess you're just gonna have to stay with mommy, you fucking bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I wish they would have kind of stretched that out a little bit longer, so I could enjoy that.
Yeah, man. Going on what you were saying. Yeah, I really enjoyed Julia Stiles in this film. She was really good in this movie. She played that like villainous role like really well. She carried this fucking film, to be honest with you, for a little bit. This is the Julia Stiles show. And I really fucking dug her character, man, and I really like that twist. I like the idea of a killer versus killer. Like a killer roams into a house of the wolf roams into a house of another fucking wolf, and you get to see them duke it out.
Yeah, I like that when she was telling her like, "Oh, yo, like you came here, you wanted to be part of this fucking family, now you're part of this family, you fucking bitch." I was like, "Oh shit, it's going down." Like, there's not many movies where the villain gets the tables turned on themselves like that, and I really love that part of the movie. But I wish that it was just a little bit better, man. They didn't do enough. They didn't do enough with this.
Yeah, man, that's one thing that I agree with. They didn't do enough of the like whenever they like let Esther loose, like whenever they let her like fucking kill somebody or go crazy and let her fucking steal a car and like do crazy shit. It's fucking awesome and campy fucking fun. It feels like I'm watching a Chucky movie. But then like it kind of takes itself too seriously at sometimes, and it like
Yeah.
slows down and like, it kind of doesn't show Esther enough, and it kind of like Esther takes a back seat to her own fucking movie and becomes the Julia Stiles first kill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And they didn't really show any flashback of what happened with that either. Like with the brother and the sister, and they were playing too rough, and that I mean they just give it an explanation,
Yeah,
but they didn't.
they were just like, oh yeah, like they were playing around and he pushed her down the stairs like sorry.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, that was interesting. Gunner, what a fucking little
Yeah, and we didn't explain that like good enough. Basically what happens is we come to find out that Julia Stiles' character, the mother character, killed the original Esther, which is the Esther who was the killer in the film. The orphan character is the identity she assumes, that we find out that Julia Stiles is also a killer, and that she has basically been killing people to protect her son, who also killed Esther. He pushed Esther down the stairs.
Yeah, that shit was quite interesting little broken home, and and like you said, the father's just oblivious to every fucking thing, man. I didn't think there could be like a dumber male father character, but the other one, you know what I mean, the original movie, that
Yeah, that guy.
idiot. But this guy right here, wow, he took the cake over here.
Oh
He
god.
going on the whole movie. He just likes to paint.
Yeah, he's just like, let me look at all the pretty colors.
And turn off the light. And
Yeah.
turn off.
Turn off the light.
Yeah, I was like, yo, and the people in this movie, they're like super rich ballers, yo. They're living in Connecticut. They
Yeah.
got the nice. I'm like, yo, they are balling, yo. They're just like, hey, let's get a kid. Why not? We
Yeah,
can
and
afford.
then at one point she's like, our family dates back to the Mayflower, bitch.
Yo, yeah, she was talking shit. I was like, oh, whoa, okay, yeah, man, they were all up on it. It was ballers. They had that cash over there. She was like trying to push her husband to go back into the art and painting and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not the breadwinner then, right? Like
Dude,
if you,
speaking of art and speaking of artistic stuff, was it just me or did you notice that the artistic fucking aesthetic of this film was like nuclear Russian winter or some shit? Like it looked all foggy and shitty and like they try I don't know if this was like a technique to try to like hide her age or some shit like that, but like it was it me or like it looked really like low budgety and like foggy and like dirty or some shit.
yeah, it was a lot of real blues, a lot of real cloudy blues, bright blues. Yes, you're definitely right. Cause I was looking, I was like, why is this so blue? Like, what's going on with these colors here? You keep showing me like these blue shots, these blue shots. But yeah, it was a weird. I don't know what he was trying to do with that aesthetic, make it seem like a nightmare ish because of the colors. I'm not really sure, but it definitely was a lot of blue and a lot of cold shots. It was always rainy. It was winter in this too, so they were definitely trying to get the point across that it was cold as fuck out there.
Yeah, dude, that was it. That was interesting to me, man. Like they kept that was like a weird stylistic choice that they picked. Like they're like we want to make it look like utter fucking shit. We wanted to make it look like fucking shitty and bad.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely think so, man. Yeah, they missed the mark on this. It was a great concept. They just missed the mark, man. They should have did a little bit more with that backstory, with more with the at the asylum, the mental hospital, SARM. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I agree, bro. So what are you thinking about rating Orphan First Kill, bro?
Damn, it's so tough because comparing it to the original and this is a sequel, and it's just
Yeah.
fucking far off. So far off. I'm gonna have to give this like a 2.
A 2 out of 5?
Yeah, I gotta give it like a 2, man.
Dude, I'm gonna have to agree 100% with you. Uh I'm gonna have to give it a 2 out of 5. I really think that this film is really lackluster. I think it's fun at times, and it could have been really, really good, man, if they would have just used some fucking CGI. This film was priding itself on we're not using any CGI. We're gonna use some creative shots, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, which really just amounted to them being like, we're gonna have this shitty fucking garbage fucking Sesame Street fucking aesthetic, and we're gonna fucking show Esther from far away, and we're gonna have a bad child double as well as a fucking weird fucking only from the waist up perspective. And it's just like, what the fuck, man? It just doesn't work, man. It just doesn't really work in this fucking movie. And the main ingredient that doesn't work is the main character, Esther, looks like the thing that she's trying to portray, an old woman trying to be a kid. She obviously looks like an old woman trying to be a kid. She looks like that gif of fucking what's his name? The one where he's like, "Hey, my fellow kids, what's up?" You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, I know you're talking about. Yes, like Steve, was it Rob Schneider or Steve Buscemi?
Yeah.
Steve act like me, and he's like, "Hey, kids, let's skateboard on this." Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that's exactly what she looks like, man. It's yeah, fuck. Yeah, this was a tough one to watch. It was fun, but they definitely, man, they should have used CGI, or they should just got a new kid that looks similar to the girl.
Yeah, and then put her face like CGI.
Yeah, they could have. Yo, one of my favorite parts of the movie is when Julia Stiles picks that bitch up and throws her over the fucking kitchen counter.
Oh yeah, she's like, "Rah!" And that's like that's whenever I was like, yeah, they did a really bad job of like using a body double for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a hot mess, man. Yeah, I gotta give this a solid 2. A
2
solid
out of 5.
two.
That's what. There you have it, girls and gals. Orphan First Kill, 2 out of 5. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Chucky. Wanna pray? Just looking at me is scary enough to give you a heart attack? Oh my God, thank you.
Come and get me, motherfucker.
And we're back, ghouls and gals. That's right. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the podcast slash episode of That's right, ghouls and gals. We're getting spooky. If you're just tuning in to the Ryan.T Show podcast, your host Ryan.T, and this is the main man, Mr.
Syd Retro 727 in the building, man. Thanks for tuning in.
That's right. That's right, ghouls and gals. We just talked about the Orphan First Kill, and now we're going to talk about Orphan.
That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
All right, ghouls and gals, we're going to be talking about the OG 2009 film Orphan.
Yes, indeed, man. Orphan, you know what? I remember like turning this off like back in the days when it first came out. I didn't really get into it when it first came out, and I kind of just let it gloss over it. There was a lot of movies coming out at the time, and I kind of glossed over it, so I'm not even gonna lie. But when Orphan 2 came out, I was like, you know what? I think I remember this, like the creepy girl or whatever. So I was like, all right, I gotta check this out, man. And what about you though? Did you watch it in theaters? Like you saw it when it came out? And
Yeah, man, I saw this one exactly when it came out in theaters. My mom took me to go see it because I was like in the 9th grade when it came out. I was like a little kid when it came out, so I went to go check it out, and I dug it, man. I didn't think that it was gonna spawn like a series, so to speak, but I mean, like it was really interesting, man. I mean, especially watching 1 and 2 close together, you can clearly tell Elizabeth Furman was a child in this film.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and she did such a great job. She did such a great acting and made it so believable, man. There was so many cringe moments in this movie. There was so many things going on because, you know, she's a child, but she's not. She's, you know,
She's an adult, but she actually is a child in real life.
exactly. But yeah, man, it was so crazy, bro. The situations, the tension, you know what I mean? It even got weird, you know what I mean? It even got a little weird.
So what's one thing that you noticed off the bat on this movie? One thing I noticed is that this film obviously got a way bigger budget than Orphan First Kills.
Yeah, definitely had a better budget. Definitely
Better director.
Definitely had a better director. This movie is superior in every single way, man. I don't even know why they did a prequel. They should have just did a part 2 and just did a shitty part 2 instead of ruining a good origin story that
And have her be a teenager.
Yeah, because she could have did it. She could have did something. Yeah, now she's in college.
Yeah, pretend she's a teenager and she's at summer camp or some shit.
She's like 45 and she's in college. You know what I mean? Doing something crazy.
Big Mama's house.
She's like doing
But with
like
killers.
missions, like food missions, Christian food missions in Africa with a bunch of kids or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
make it, you could do so many things with that. So it could get real crazy real quick when you have her going into school. She was doing shit in the school too. She was breaking. Well, she broke that bitch at the playground. That was off the clock. That was at the park or something.
Yeah.
Crazy. I was
She
like,
was
oh
burning down tree houses. She was seducing grown men. She was trying to steal those bitches' men. She was fucking breaking little kids' ankles. She was out here doing fucking Chucky shit.
yeah. And then they were like, oh, they said her old school, like the kid that went to her class, he fell with scissors in his hands and fucking stabbed himself in the chest. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, this bitch right here is crazy, man. This movie was nuts. She was doing the most. She was doing the most, man. She was spooky. She was scary. She
Yeah.
made me believe her,
Man,
man.
and you know what the worst thing is? The sequel would have worked if they would have just watched the first film and would have been like, okay, well, what if we just make it a part two and make it to where like it takes place like maybe a few years after the first one, and like a new family adopts her, and this is what happens. You can still have the same movie, just say that, and the movie would be better.
Yeah, but no, they went a whole nother route with that one, man. But I don't know why they didn't. I don't know if they watched this movie before they made part two, but they definitely should have watched this shit, man, because this was a dope ass movie, man.
Yeah,
I but this was very cringe. This was super cringy though. I
but in
was
the
like,
good way, right? Like in the good way.
good way, just because of the situations and stuff. So when she started putting on the lipstick, and she was like, "Let me take care of you."
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa! This shit got, she was really weird. And then she took her teeth out and turned them into a little gremlin. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit.
And
She
see, in
took-
this one, dude, they did a good job of like using that like body double and stuff. Like, remember whenever they found out like she was an adult or whatever, now she looked like an actual adult. You know what I mean? Like they did transformation. They did like a transformation, and it was really fucking good.
it was because you were like, who the fuck is this little bitch? And you're like, oh shit. She was binding and everything like that. So yeah, that they had a good character development in this one. You're kind of like guessing, like, what the hell is going on? And then when you're like, what? She's 31. It's a mental institution. You're like, bro, oh my God. But also everybody was so dumb in this movie. Like the parents don't watch their kids. They just don't
No.
watch, like, you know what I mean? And I guess you have to have that to really have the movie to
Speaking of
really
the parents, what did you think of the parents' role in this film? Like, do you think they're better than the part two?
they were the worst parents ever.
Both of them were the worst parents.
Like terrible, bro. Like she just like lost her like child. So what is her situation? It's like, oh, I'm just gonna get another one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like easy fix. Like, okay, like she's going through depression, then she's an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
So why did they let her adopt the kid again? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, alcoholic. She just lost a kid like less than a year ago or
And
whatever.
wasn't she like suicidal or something like that?
The kid almost died because she wasn't watching the kid because she
Yeah,
was drinking.
something like that.
So it's just like, why did she get a kid again? Like, why would they because you got to pass all kinds of things or whatever. But, they did have a lot of money, man. They got that had that nice architectural house that she crashed into with the fucking car. That shit was crazy. I
That's one
was like,
thing that I thought was interesting, that both movies do like the exact same thing. Like both dads like art. They're both really well off. They're both like rich and stuff like that. And like it's like
include,
the same movie. And they're clueless and they're stupid as fuck.
yeah. And
It's
it's the
like
same.
walking penises. They're just like, well, I have a penis. That's my only thing I can do.
Like, I don't know. What do you mean, man? She's a nice little girl. What are you talking
Yeah, she's
about?
an orphan.
How dare you? Yeah. And then they were like fucking in the kitchen. Like, oh my God.
Dude, that was a really hardcore sex scene.
Yeah, he was about to. Yeah, he was.
And I
He was about.
liked every minute of it. No, I'm just kidding.
We needed one of those in the prequel, but
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I was like, oh, this was dope, man. I really liked it, bro.
What do you
I,
think? Who do you think is better, Vera Farmiga or Julia Stiles as like the mother role?
Styles, man.
Yeah, Julia Stiles. Is that your
She was
pick?
she was hot, and she was like killing her own kids and stuff.
Vera Farmiga to me is way hotter. I think Vera Farmiga is like sexy as fuck.
Oh no, it's just because I just because of her character, she played the character so well. Like I did not like her character in this movie. I was just like, oh my god. I was like, you're so stupid too. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, why aren't you watching your kids? Like, why don't you just watch? You don't watch your kids. Like at the hospital, you're not watching your kids. At the playground, like just none of them watch their kids, and every time they don't, something happens. You know what I mean? But I guess that's what happens when you have kids and you don't watch them, right? Shit happens. They start getting into shit, fucking shit up.
Mm,
So I
that's
was like.
true.
Yep. So I'm just like, I guess this is just real life shit. Like, yeah, like people just, that's what happens when you don't watch your kids. They end up trying to smuggle people out with a pillow in the ICU.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna kill that little boy, man. And I was like, yeah, Esther. Yeah. Esther had some cool kills in this movie, man. She killed the dad, right?
Bro, I swear to God, there was one point in this movie where I said, you know what, fuck it, just kill them all, and I started rooting for Esther. I was like, fuck it, Esther, kill them all, fuck this shit. And I was like, yo, the dad, I was like, he's too nice, he gotta go, he's gonna fucking die, he's gotta go.
Yeah. He thinks with his dick, he doesn't know what the fuck is going on. He's a fucking idiot.
The little drunk scene, they made it like blurry and stuff, and I'm like, what? That's supposed to be like drunk? But I was like, maybe he was on some pills or something. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But I was like,
Right? He's like, what are you doing? What?
yeah.
Oh. She's like, I'll suck your dick. And he's like, okay, maybe just a tip. Wait, what? No. He's like, no, pause. What?
Yeah, he jumped up. He's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
That shit was nuts, bro. I was like, oh my God. I was like, why? I was like, this is uncomfortable. This is cringe. Where's your wife at? Where's going on here? You know, what I mean, he was burning that fucking house down, man. That shit.
So, Orphan First Kill versus Orphan. Which one is better? Which one is the better film? Which one stacks up? Let me know, man. What do you think?
Part one is the orphan one. Not is the orphan one is dope as fuck, man. I rock with this movie. I really really enjoyed it. I thought that it was. I went in with low expectations, and I was like pleasantly surprised with this. You know what I mean? This was definitely a slasher. Like you know what I'm saying? She was killing people. They had the dumb information at the end. You know what I'm saying? They had the little plot twist, man. That lake scene was crazy. It just kept going on and on. I was like, oh shit, she's dead yet? No, she's not dead. I was like, oh man. And then they had to make the little deaf girls fucking start shooting people. I was like, going down. It's going down, man. I loved it. I loved the character in this so much. Like Esther was like badass in this. Like in the other one, she wasn't because we had that Julia Stiles character that was like, bitch, I
Yeah.
can fuck you too. So it was like a battle of those two being like alpha, being the top dog. But with this one, it's clear that Esther is running the show all around the motherfucking board here. And she was playing everybody like a damn fool, man. Especially that old lady psychiatrist. That shit was.
Yeah.
She came out there. She was like, "Oh dear, she's so sweet." Oh god, yeah, that shit was nuts. Maybe it's you that has the problem. You know what I mean? She was killing it.
But yeah,
Yeah,
boys and gals, I agree. At the end of the day, I think the original is always better, like always, and it does a better job of explaining who Esther is and what she does, and also Esther is in this film, more fitting. More fitting. She looks like the part. She doesn't look like a fucking 30-year-old woman trying to be a little kid. She actually looks like a passable.
hmm Yeah, she's saying some adult shit though. Whew.
Yeah, because she's like, I like when they fuck.
Yeah, she was like, when two people love each other, she's like, yeah, I know. They fuck. I was like, uh-huh. And then she was like, she said really knew what she was talking about. Like she's fucked before. I was like, oh, whoa, all right.
She goes, that bitch knows she's had her back blown out before.
By some 12-year old. Oh my God. Yeah, hopefully not. Oh, yo, in part 2, that was weird with the janitor guy. He like bought
Yeah.
her. That's not where I want to go. Like with these movies, like you know what I mean. This why you got to make it like sexual innuendo with this shit. Like she putting on lists, but I guess because she want to be grown, she want to be, I'm a whatever.
Well, she is though.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's like, oh shit, I want to be taken serious, but it's like, well, I'm just gonna have to cut a bitch to be taken serious, Hey, yeah,
Well,
that's
there you
good.
have it, boys and gals. I'm Ryan.T, and he's
Syd Retro 727, man. This shit was crazy.
hell
Definitely
yeah,
got.
it was. All right,
Mhm.
we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.